Please be sure to subscribe to the channel to update the fastest and most accurate news. Hello everyone, welcome back to my Royal Life News channel. The story for today is Prince Harry is continuing his mother Diana's campaign to disrupt Prince Charles' future reign, ex-Vanity Fair editor Tina Brown has claimed, as she accused him of becoming a disruptive force. Speaking to Marie Claire to promote her new book, The Palace Papers, Princess Diana's former diarist said Harry's actions were a continuation of the War of the Wales. Ms. Brown also commented on how Megxit had affected the royal family, saying they were still reeling and just baffled at why the relationship with the Sussexes suddenly deteriorated. Meghan got angry so fast, and that's what's rocked the family. They're still reeling and just baffled why it seemed to go wrong so quickly, she said. It's still a source of great pain to them. They were also completely knocked for six when they decided to do the Oprah interview, and now Harry's doing a book. Harry has become a disruptive force in the family. For them, it's like Diana's son is continuing the campaign to disrupt Charles' future reign, and the War of the Wales continues. It's a very destabilizing factor. Ms. Brown also appeared on Washington Post Live, where she said the Duchess of Sussex had no purpose and wanted to cash in on the commercial arm of being a royal. Discussing Harry and Meghan's exit from royal life, she said, they wanted to be able to have a commercial arm to their activities. That was the stumbling block. Meghan certainly saw the deals that were there to be made because they were royals. It's as though she couldn't resist everything that was on offer on the celebrity buffet. A hunger to avail herself of the global leverage, to live in glorious houses without strings attached. Ms. Brown suggested that Meghan was inspired by Michelle Obama and wanted to have the wealth as well as the stature. However, she also insisted that Harry would have wanted to leave the royal family even without Meghan. She added, a very close advisor told me we always knew he would go at some point. He was very unhappy. Even the Queen knew. I really think Harry wanted out, himself. Meghan gave Harry the tools to leave. She understood the world of agents and deals, I mean this wasn't Harry's world, but suddenly he had in Meghan a very worldly strategist who he decided to trust above all the other advisors. The couple have struggled since leaving the royal family. Ms. Brown believes, she thinks Meghan is finding it difficult to find a brand, and the Sussexes didn't realize how hard life would be while cut off from the palace. She said, they both completely underestimated what it was going to be like to be without the palace platform. The palace has amazing convening power. Every major invitation in the world comes through that conduit. All of that is now gone. Meghan doesn't really have a brand. You feel that she is grasping at the Twitter caring of the moment. Vaccinations, Ukraine, women's rights, my 40th birthday, let's have a mentoring scheme. Nothing is really going anywhere for Meghan, and the whole problem with entertainment deal is you have to produce. They've signed with Netflix, but what have we seen? Nothing. Creating entertainment that works is very hard to do. Their Spotify podcast is going nowhere. Netflix is not doing so well. Are they going to renew that contract? Ms. Brown also discussed why Meghan would have struggled so much after joining the royal family. She suggested, she was suddenly completely dependent on her husband for money, and he was completely dependent on the bank of Dad, Charles, and at the same time had to ask Granny for one of the houses on the royal estates to live. That kind of infantilizing was very maddening to Meghan. I think the Queen and the palace set him up for a lot of success. She gave her patron of the National Theatre and vice-chairman of the Commonwealth Foundation no better platform to talk about women's education and the question of minorities. Her latest comments come after she previously claimed Meghan would not want to return to the UK for more than a fleeting visit if Harry mends his relationship with his father and brother because she disliked England. Ms. Brown has said she believes Prince Harry may even want to make a sensational return to the royal family after the Queen's death, splitting his time between Britain and the US, though Meghan would be unlikely to be fully on board. Ms. Brown has described Megxit as a disaster for both sides and claimed Harry and Meghan caused maximum mayhem when leaving the royal family because they are addicted to drama. She said, I think that Harry is going to want to come back when the Queen dies to serve his country. And I think they will find a way to reel him in, and it's possible that Meghan, maybe they will have a commuter arrangement. I don't know, I don't see Meghan ever wanting to go back, she disliked England. Ms. Brown claimed that the British public are very sad about Megxit, because they took Harry to their hearts and also tried to support him when he found love with Meghan. Ms. Brown also labelled Prince Harry a very impetuous man and revealed how palace advisors always thought he would leave. She said, "I actually think there is a Harry-shaped hole in the royal family now, and Harry was beloved, actually, by the British people. And people adored Meghan when she came into the mix, so it was actually very sad for everybody that it went so wrong because they actually need Harry and Meghan now. You should see, the Queen is failing, and Shush is very frail, they kind of need Harry and Meghan to bring that star power and to be on the balcony at the Jubilee. We have to have a royal family up there, we can't have Andrew up there." It comes as friend of the Sussexes Omid Scobie claimed Harry and Meghan kept their Windsor meeting with the Queen secret from her staff because her grandson has every reason to question if they all have her best interests at heart. Royal aides have accused the Duke of Sussex of breathtaking arrogance after he claimed he wanted to protect the Queen, despite moving 5,000 miles away to California. The author of the Finding Freedom biography alleged that the Sussexes kept their flying visit to Windsor almost 2 weeks ago a secret, although royal insiders have questioned whether this would be possible given they stayed in the grounds the night before their 30-minute meeting with the monarch, whose diary is carefully managed by staff. Writing for Yahoo, he said, "While the Sussexes and the Queen have been in regular contact over the phone or virtually, their recent in-person meeting, which was purposefully kept a secret from all palace aides, was Harry's first chance in a year to truly speak privately with his grandmother without fear of anyone overhearing or wandering in the background of a video call." Mr. Scobie also described how his jaw dropped when he heard historic claims that Her Majesty's Private Secretary Edward Young was accused of refusing to allow the Sussexes to visit the monarch at Sandringham. And the royal reporter was similarly scathing about the Queen's dresser and confidant Angela Kelly, who he claims was determined to put Meghan in her place. Arguing Harry is right to question those around his grandmother, he added, "The reality is, since the passing of Prince Philip 1 year ago, the Queen is living by herself. While Prince Charles, the Cambridges and others stop by for visits, the people surrounding the monarch on a daily basis, aides, courtiers and household staff responsible for every aspect of her life, are all employees of the royal institution. And it's at the hands of some of these same people that Harry experienced some of his darkest and most distressing moments as a working member of the firm." Harry is known to have an historical hatred for the so-called men in grey suits, the senior courtiers who advise the Queen, such as her private secretary Sir Edward Young, whom he believes has deliberately kept him at arm's length. Mr. Scobie, "I remember how my jaw dropped when a friend of the couple gave me a play-by-play account of how the Queen's private secretary, Edward Young, went out of his way to prevent the couple from visiting the monarch in Sandringham. But the Queen is also surrounded a tight-knit and intensely devoted circle of mostly long-standing servants. They are led by Miss Kelly, a former dresser promoted to the special position of personal assistant, advisor and curator to the Queen, who is so close to her boss that she wears in her shoes and revels in her position as her gatekeeper." Harry famously fell out with the Liverpool docker's daughter over Meghan's choice of tiara for their wedding. He accused Miss Kelly of being deliberately obstructive towards his fiancée, while supporters of the royal right-hand woman say the Queen's grandson was rude and short-tempered, effectively telling her, "What Meghan wants, Meghan gets." Writing about the aides, Scobie said, "Angela Kelly, who multiple sources told me made it almost impossible for Meghan to have a necessary hair trial with her chosen wedding tiara, even standing up the Duchess to be and her hairstylist, who had flown in especially, at a pre-scheduled fitting. Harry, sources said, felt it was a cruel attempt to put his partner in her place." Meghan returned with Harry for less than 24 hours for the first time in more than 2 years, staying at Frogmore Cottage, the home they have kept on the Queen's Windsor estate. Harry and Meghan arrived in Britain after an overnight British Airways flight from Los Angeles. They did not bring their children, Archie, 2, and 10-month-old Lilibet, who the Queen has still not met. They were driven to Frogmore where they spent the night, after his failure to attend his grandfather's memorial service last month. Amid an ongoing legal row with the Home Office over the removal of his police protection, Harry's offer to visit the Queen was being viewed as an olive branch. But the Duke of Sussex upset palace officials and reportedly his father and brother after claiming part of his visit was motivated by making sure Shush is protected and got the right people around her. Harry went on to claim that the Queen tells him things she feels she cannot tell anyone else. He said, "We have a really special relationship, we talk about things that she can't talk about with anybody else." So, that's always a nice piece to it. That is all for today news. Please make sure to leave your comment and subscribe the channel below for more news update.